Watch out for terminology when we speak about abortions, when we speak about the unborn in particular. We can speak of an unborn child. Certainly that's the most clear sort of way to speak about what it is that we're discussing. But it's certainly valid also to use terms like fetus and embryo and zygote. Those all have scientific determinations, within the particular development of, again, the unborn child, of the growing human person. But there's this term sometimes that pops up, pre-embryo. I don't know if anybody's ever heard the term pre-embryo, which is really just an embryo that's at a certain development stage. It's before it has implanted into the womb of the mother, because conception takes place in the fallopian tube, and then the newly conceived child has to move from the fallopian tube into the uterus. And sometimes you hear this term pre-embryo thrown around by those who want to favor the idea of destroying that embryo before it gets to the uterus and calling it simply an act of say, contraception rather than abortion. But the reality is the embryo is still the embryo, whether it's in the tube or it's moved into the uterus. It's the same group of chromosomes, the same developing human person. And I say group of chromosomes in a sense to remind us that the 46 chromosomes that each of us has, those are present already from conception. And so all the building blocks of life, all of the ingredients that are there to make the full-blown human person are there very early on. And so it's really a question of development more than anything else. And we should remember when we speak about abortion, obviously the compassion to those who are feel like they're in such a desperate circumstance that they might consider it. But we also need to remember the sacredness, obviously, the child is developing, and remember that it's not simply a religious issue. It's not something that we believe simply because we're Catholic, which is what we would say maybe about the Holy Trinity or about the transubstantiation, the idea of the bread and wine becoming the body and blood of Christ. When we speak about the sacredness of human life, and life in the mother's womb even, that is something that we can arrive at by natural reason. When I say that we don't need religion necessarily to tell us that it's wrong to murder someone that's walking around and a child, an adult, whatever. And when we just consider what we're talking about and really think about what's happening there, we don't need a religious position necessarily to tell us that abortion is wrong, but our faith does move us to care more deeply. Hopefully our faith is what pushes us to say, okay, this is why I'm going to get involved and concerned about this.